Hey guys, so see my little trinket I gotta wear for a couple weeks? So obviously get real, honest and blunt, and if you don't want that, now's your chance to scroll. It does not matter what your path is. We're all on our own spiritual journey. There are people out there like me, many of them, that work with Jesus, work with angels, the heavenly realm. Like, there's a lot of them. Prophecy. I mean, come on. And not everybody does. And there's nothing wrong with that. Someone that is a natural born psychic medium is, of course, going to be on a completely different spiritual level than someone who's just starting theirs. Education is the key. I am me all the way, and I want you to be you. When someone says they're going to meet you where you're at on your level, they don't know what that level is. Even if they're intuitive, even if they have enough gifts to get by on making a little bit of money, they don't know what that level is, because your spiritual journey is yours. You have seen what you've seen. You've been where you've been, and that's just the bottom line. Nobody knows where you're at on your spiritual path. And one thing I have learned on this app is to keep a lot of my abilities to myself and really think hard of, that's why a lot of things I do in private. And if they say they're going to meet you where you're at, it's not going to take you long to figure out. Like, there's a lot of people on here. I mean, it's not going to take long to figure out all of the jealousy. Am I saying people are jealous of me? No, I'm saying in general in the spiritual community. Jealousy overtakes people. I have seen people start this app in this community, amazing, beautiful people, and all of a sudden, overnight, their entire heart, mind, soul, way of speaking, all the above changes, and it's all about money. And that's not how it's supposed to be. Like I said, just because someone has just enough development themselves to make it by does not mean that that's the person that you can trust. For 4 years, I have done this. For 4 years, I have dealt with groups of people that think they know everything, people that, well, for 4 years there, I cannot count the amount of groups of people, cliques. It's quite sad, actually. But once they discover that I am different from those that are different, and I can see through them, I can see through people, I can see to the root problem or the root cause, I can just see through you. I can see the truth. And there's a lot of other spiritual workers, light workers, seers, that can do the same. There's my crow. But that's when I have discovered a type of jealousy does set in. Now remember, this message is for everybody, anybody that sees it. It's not all about me. This is about the spiritual community and a few things that I have personally dealt with over the last 4 years. Suddenly, they want to be you, have what you have, and overnight want to be rich and famous, whether they want to admit it or not. And they're good talkers. There are people in the world that have the right words to just reel you in. It's just a fact. If you start really looking and listening and tuning in. And you also will know when you're in another awakening, because you will start to notice these things. Your own intuition, your own psychic abilities will start overriding. Look, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and I am a psychic medium. I have God-given gifts. And I work with the heavenly realm. I work with angels. Bottom line. I do not shove my beliefs down anyone's throat, and I only tell you what your loved one's saying when they say it. I mean, if you've ever gotten a reading from me, and I got so many freaking examples of mediumship readings that, go watch them if you're second guessing yourself or listening to other people. And recently, I've had, someone get close enough to truly see that for some reason they want to be able to see like I do, and they took it to another level. And it's okay. I've tried to make this video several times, and I realized that all the groups of people, I'm so glad that, we have been doing the reviews of ethical readers, and the only problem is when you know that someone isn't, because just because you're a good reader or you have abilities does not mean that you're ethical whatsoever. When your merchandise is double priced, when you are coercing people to get away from other people, that's high school drama. It really is. The vulgarity messages I've been getting, the fact that I was flat out told that I'm missing out on financial abilities, and I would be this and I would be that if I didn't even make a post about my beliefs. Sorry about the noise. And then also find out that there are classes that are being started to teach you to not bring up your belief in any way. I almost listened to this, and I know better than that. And I'm not that person, but I will admit that there was a second that I almost did. And I said, you know what, I'm not doing this. So, this father on the other side was, talking about being a preacher. And when I asked her, okay, who's the preacher? She said, my father, who you're talking to, was a preacher while he was here on earth. That's kind of what happens. That's the way Spirit works. And I thank God that I didn't listen to this person. So now I have been made aware of a live where I'm being picked on for my belief. They're trying to say that I shove my beliefs down people's throat, and I can assure you I don't. And if you know me, if you have ever watched a live, yeah, you know I don't, period. I absolutely love hearing about other cultures and beliefs and religions, because no matter how you look at it, God created them all. He created all people, all religions, and there's so much more. And I don't know everything, and I promise these groups of people don't either. Start using your intuition, because now I have been made aware of a live where they brought a friend of mine that gets a lot of prophecy and is a medium as well into their live to inform them that they have the highest respect for what he is all about. And yeah, I could say some more, but using him because they've decided that, I guess, that things look bad. And I can go all the way back to 4 years ago, and I can go over so many stories. All I'm going to tell you is that people will use you up. And all I can do is sit here, pray for people like that, and know the truth, and pray that other people eventually use their abilities, their psychic abilities, and protect their energy until they figure it out themselves, because you got to learn it on your own. So, take care of yourself.